By the power of Grayskull, I declare this our 20th episode of Quick Draw Comics. And today we are going to be talking about He Man. Oh, yeah, we are. So this is going to be fun. So, question for all of you: why does He Man still matter? Well, he was in the recent movie, but let's go a little bit beyond the recent movie that He Man was in. This is a little toy that I used to have as a boy, not the actual one. And I think some of you might remember these little He Man toys. Really cool. And so there you go. So I think He Man is actually more than an action hero right here. He's one of the most defining icons of the 1980s for those of you that were around or know that time period. And so, with the power of his sword and Castle Grayskull, Battle Cat, and Skeletor, which is a pretty funny guy, um, his world remains instantly recognizable. And so, even to people who never watched the cartoon, honestly. And so, basically, unlike many franchises of the area, Masters of the Universe, it really continues to thrive through the movies, like you just saw, comics, and action figures like this, and animated series, video games, and even collectibles. So, okay. So, who's the hero behind the sword here? Prince Adam, he transforms into He Man by raising the power sword and declaring, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. So, more than a display of strength, it's the transformation that symbolizes responsibility. And so, He Man fights not only for glory or revenge, but also to protect Eternia, which is his land, with courage and honor. So let's talk about Castle Grayskull, which you'll see up there in the corner of this piece of art. So it's actually one of pop culture's most iconic headquarters, and more than just a striking sort of fortress, it's the source of He-Man's power and the home to ancient magic. So it's also Skeletor. When we're a little infographic on him, this guy, it's his Skeletor's favorite target. And despite basically the fact, as you probably remembers in the comic books and the TV shows, him never quite succeeding in conquering it. So his allies, He-Man, and his enemies, and even love interests, he stands alongside Telia, Man at Arms, and Battle Cat against Skeletor, and which is one of the animation's most memorable villains. And so his elaborate schemes, Skeletor, rarely succeed, but his relentless ambition keeps the battle for Eternia alive. So that's sort of like the key theme for all of this that's going on. So He-Man's story, it began in the mini comics that were packaged with Mattel's original action figures before expanding into cartoons. So this is a different way of doing this. Newspaper strips and modern comic series. So I have a little infographic of him in comic books that I'm showing right now for you. And then while each era has reimagined the mythology, its core elements like He Man and the Power Sword and Castle Grayskull and the battle between good and evil remain unchanged. And so, why does He Man become a legend? So, for basically more than 4 decades, that's crazy, He Man has endured because he represents timeless ideals. And the timeless ideals are really courage, honor, loyalty, and hope. So it's really those four. And so every generation gets its own sort of version, but the message remains the same. And that's a true hero accepts responsibility and protects others, which we see in a lot of our other characters that we've covered in this show. And I think that's why He-Man still matters. So with that, that's actually the end of our 20th episode on Quick Draw Comics. And I'm going to put a little infographic up there of the 20 episodes that we've covered. And it's amazing that we've been through all of these and produced all of these episodes for you. And I hope you've all enjoyed them and go back and rewatch them and watch them. And there's a lot of effort that was put into all of these. And I really appreciate you watching and subscribing and liking and telling your friends about them and everything else. But yeah, I thought I'd leave the end here with He Man, the last guy, a very powerful figure here, very iconic. So, anyways, with that, thanks everybody. And like, subscribe. Let me know where you want me to take the next 20 episodes and where we should go from there. So thanks a lot, and we will check you later at the I don't know what you would call it, Castle Grayskull with He-Man sometime. All right, bye. Thanks.